To put your hand on your heart with me. Do you feel that? It's a simple way of telling that you're alive. But there will be one day where your heart stops beating, and you'll find yourself in one of two places, either in heaven or in hell. And I want you to answer this question. By the end of this video, you will be able to answer this question. Where will I be when I die? I pray that every single person that watches this video would choose heaven. You see, God created hell not for humans. God created hell for the devil and his demons. Eons ago, Satan fell from heaven because of pride. He sinned against God, and a third of the angels followed Satan along in the sin of pride. God cast them out, and one day they will burn forever in a lake of fire. Hell is also a place where people do go to because they choose to reject the free gift of salvation that Jesus Christ offers all of us. I want you to hear this word carefully. Eternity. This decision that you're about to make as you watch this video, it will determine where you spend eternity. Eternity is forever. We make plenty of decisions every single day, but this decision is the most important decision you'll ever make in your life. God doesn't want anyone to suffer and be punished in hell for eternity, and that's why Jesus came.
Believers in Jesus Christ believe in the authority of the Bible. We believe homosexuality is a sin, and marriage is between one man and one woman. We believe in the sanctity of life, and that abortion is murder and is a sin. We believe God created us male and female, and it is a sin to identify as a transgender. We believe Jesus is the only way to heaven, and that believing in any other way will send a person to hell. Get yourself spiritually prepared, because true Christians will be persecuted in the United States like no other time in history. This persecution will be based off of what the world perceives to be moral and right, and not what the Bible says.
In this channel, we do not take what people say as a fact. We investigate, and we draw conclusions based on the evidence. And as children of the Most High, we are instructed never to bear any false witness against anybody. The media doesn't cover a lot of things that are true now. But does this mean we agree with everybody who goes against the mainstream media? No, because there are a lot of people who try to enter into the flock to devour from the inside. We was warned about this in the scripture. That is why on this channel, any claim that is made, I investigate and then present you with the evidence that I have found. A lot of channels create a narrative, and the majority of those people have a political agenda. Stay away from those people. Focus on the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Like Jesus himself said in John 8:32, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Jesus clarified who or what that truth is in John 14:6. Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth and the life, no man cometh unto the Father but by me. Yahushua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ of Nazareth has died for us. Now it's our turn to die for him. Welcome back to your Hotspot channel. I am your host, Angel Zane. In this upload, we are going to explore more into the theory of predictive programming. If it's your first time here, remember to tickle the like, jump on subscribe, and tackle the bell to stay in the loop. Let's dive right in.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's talk about predictive programming. So what is predictive programming? Predictive programming is a subtle form of psychological conditioning provided by the media to acquaint the public with planned societal changes to be implemented. If and when these changes are put through, the public will already be familiarized with them and will accept them as natural progression, thus lessening any possible public resistance and commotion. Predictive programming therefore may be considered as a veiled form of primitive mass manipulation or mind control. So to dumb that down, it's basically when certain things are put in media, movies, and cartoons to psychologically prepare society for a drastic change, using subliminal messages and imagery. Here's one example. All these images you see here are before 9/11/2001. At the bottom right corner, you see an image from an Iron Man cartoon in 1994 of a plane blowing up the Pentagon. Then you see The Simpsons, and The Simpsons are notorious for predicting things. Right, you can see on the magazine 9/11, showing the Twin Towers. Then you see a Spider-Man comic book with the Twin Towers being destroyed. Then at the top right-hand corner is a Supertramp album cover. And as you can see, you see the numbers 9/11 next to the Twin Towers. Then you see more comic strips showing a plane destroying the Twin Towers. Then you see Sesame Street in 1976 destroying the Twin Towers. These playing cards you see here are from the deck called Illuminati Card Game. It was made in the year 1995, and this card game is meant for children 12 and up. And these two cards I found were very interesting. One shows the Pentagon being blown up, another card shows the Twin Towers being blown up. Very interesting. This is a pretty good example of predictive programming, preparing society for drastic societal changes, making us more sedated, more passive about these crazy changes, and we become less resistant because of the subliminal messaging. Here's another one. Who could this possibly be? Enough is enough. That face looks familiar on the card. And that charismatic leader? Very interesting. Here's a current example I found. You guys remember these Snapchat filters from 2017? With the whole mask thing? This was about 4 years ago. Here's more images. Here's another image. And another one. Using subliminal messages to normalize drastic societal changes. Since 2020, when you walk into a store or some kind of establishment or schools, what do you see now? And it's pretty normal. Most people have already accepted it. That's what predictive programming is all about. It's psychological conditioning, preparing society for planned drastic societal changes. Another strange example is occult symbols being bombarded in children's cartoons. Why? So what if the Simpsons aren't predicting anything, but they're going off a script? Weird stuff.
In kids' cartoons.
They put the truth in kids' cartoons.
I suppose there's no harm in walking you through our plan for world domination. We did work hard on it. It all starts here, with the banks.
We don't care about the banks. Where are the animals?
Really? I don't know. I'll stop all our domination plans. I'll pull my lizard men out of Congress. We'll stop using Hollywood to hasten the New World Order. Just let me go.
Urban call security and have these...
Sir, it's... What show is this?
This always gives me the creeps, sir. He's the president of Hollywood. He's supposed to give you the creeps.
Oh my God, man.
Greetings, your tinseliness, imperious leader of Hollywood.
Okay.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line.
I think it's time to stop.
I knew it! Something!
The symbol of the Illuminati.
Arthur? Oh! no SpongeBob.
For 9/11, they released a movie called The Day After Tomorrow.
According to Jonathan Kleck,
Oh, wow.
if you fold the $100 bill in the same way as you folded the previous $20 bill with the 9/11 symbolism, it actually shows nuclear devastation and then some kind of tidal wave flooding through New
Hidden
York
in
as seen in the
plain
movie
sight.
The Day After Tomorrow. You can see it on screen now.
What the heck?
Around 2015, an image of Kali was shown on the Empire State Building. Kali is the goddess of death. The movie Watchmen had a scene in the movie where Dr. Manhattan's talent or energy was reproduced where a nuclear type explosion blew up New York. Dark Knight Rises, where they brought an atomic bomb within city limits, shut off the bridges for anybody escaping, but Batman dumped the bomb into the ocean. Look at the buildings in the background. Gotham is basically New York City. You see everything is burning as if it was attacked by a nuclear bomb. The Batman, same thing. Look at the background. The city's in flames. Gotham is, like again I said, like New York City. This time, you saw a flood during the presidential election of a specific candidate. Super Mario Brothers, the movie that just came out. If you watch the movie with your kids, take note of the flood that happens in Brooklyn. And at the end of the movie, you see Bullet Bill being launched, a gigantic Bullet Bill at that, being launched into the tunnel, and they end the scene in New York City. They're predictive programming that something's going to happen in New York City, just like they predicted programmed 9/11.
Rothschilds come from the... Alright, check this shit out and stick with me a minute because you're gonna want to hear this. If you watch Netflix at all, you know exactly who this is. This is 11 and she plays in the hit series Stranger Things. But did you know that Stranger Things is actually based on the real life MK Ultra? Where the CIA took involuntary patients and tested mind control. Does this guy right here look familiar to you? Well, that's the real Dr. Brenner who was the scientist on MK Ultra. And he looks almost identical to the Dr. Brenner in Stranger Things. This is Alice Johnson. She was one of the test subjects at MK Ultra and she's suspected to be Eleven's mom in the series. Stranger Things is also based off the experiments of Montauk. This is Montauk right here. This is where things start to get really weird, so stick with me. So this is Al Bielek, and he's apparently a survivor of Montauk. In 1983, told the world that Montauk had opened a portal. Al also said that whenever they opened the portal, a huge beast came through, and that they would take their patients, strap them into a chair, and make them lift objects. Only a few documents were released from MK Ultra, so there's only so little that we know. So is there more to the story that they're not telling us? And can Stranger Things be warning us in some way? It's definitely interesting to think about it, so let me know what you think in the comments.
Leon Say, legendary gambler. He bets on everything, anything, huge cash bets all the time. Once the Bellagio put Bill Gates out of the high roller suite because Leon was flying in. He is the perfect Vic.
How did you know who he was gonna pick?
We told him to. We've been telling him all day. From the moment he left his hotel room, we've been priming him, programming his subconscious. He's been seeing the number 55 all day long. On the elevator, in the lobby, even the stick pin on the doormat. Not only that, we loaded his route from the hotel to the stadium. He looks out the window, primers are everywhere. Now he doesn't see it, but he does. There's no getting around it. He even sees Farhad. Suggestions are everywhere, from the number of flowers in a vase to the tramp stamp on the we sent to his room last night.
That is genius.
Yeah, and it's not only what he sees, it's what he hears. The Mandarin word for 5 is woo. There are 124 woo-woos in sympathy for the devil. Now he's not registering it, but it's all there. So when he picks up those binoculars, looks out on the field, sees a familiar face with the number 55 on his jersey, some little voice in the back of his mind says, that's it. And he thinks it's intuition, and he picks.
Do you want me to write it down?
And you, being in the dark, was the convincer. We call that the little blind mouse.
Video where it shows local news people all saying like the exact same thing.
Yes.
It's really weird.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are concerned about trouble one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media
This is scary. Yeah. This is the scariest.
Well, that's propaganda. They're trying to bend a narrative in a very specific way for everybody.
Well, family, that wraps it up for us on predictive programming. This just shows you how much and how fast evil is spreading to keep our spirits controlled. Family, stay alert, stay aware, don't be scared, and always be prepared. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe to help spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. Family, till next time, I love you, and peace out.